The dark side of social media. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if it is the first time coming across this content. I go by the name of Yard Boss. Over 80,000 followers over there on TikTok. So do me a big no. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Here you will get unbiased narratives approach to any topic that I cover. Honesty, credibility is the matter over here on this channel. There's a lot of accusations going around in this Jayden Smith case. One, because of views, and two, also because of social media recognition. A lot of people come out at the woodwork saying that they have platforms or they're building platforms, but while they're building platforms on the back of Jayden Smith, they're also endangering people's life. You should not be drawing conclusions about who wrap up who unless one, you were there and you actually witnessed what actually happened, or you receive a confession from someone who is an eyewitness to the crime. That is how you investigate a case. You don't go based on hunches and based on dreams, because we have a jungle justice mentality in Jamaica, and you can make innocent people get unalive. Now in this video right here, we're going to break down, we're going to go back to basic. So everybody who has subscribed to the Yard Boss movement and to the Yard Boss channel know how I go to work. I don't accuse people wrongfully of anything. So as you come into this live, like the live, subscribe to the channel and stick to it. If you have an analytical mind and you want to see true justice prevail, this is how we go to work. And some people are saying, Yard Boss, why don't you actually start a GoFundMe page so you can hire a lawyer? Listen, I am a public figure, and it would be a conflict of interest for me to actually start a GoFundMe page in this case right here. Not saying that in other situations a GoFundMe page from this channel or from me is warranted, but in this case right here, it would be a conflict of interest. What people can do, I have my Cash App readily and available. If you click and you go on my page, you will see my business Cash App. If you want to donate, donate directly to the channel, and any proceed that is received will be going into covert operations. Nothing will be on the media until recordings are released. Okay, there are ways to go about getting covert video, covert information, but you can't blast it on the internet before you actually go to work. All right, my people, we're talking about people on this platform right here who have high level investigative skills. Not talking about mediocre investigative skills that you will see on TikTok lives. No, we're talking about professional approach of gathering information. But in order to go about and gather information, of course, it's going to take transportation and it's going to take some funding. But I will not be doing any GoFundMe for any lawyer. The only person that should be doing a GoFundMe for lawyer that the public should contribute to is Andreen Peart, the mother of Jayden Smith. Only listen to me again. Anybody who's doing a GoFundMe, or even if J Progress want to pick it up, J Progress himself, I think he will be able to probably handle a GoFundMe, and more than likely he will go against that because it will be a conflict of interest, looking like you're trying to make money on the backs of Jayden Smith. So the only person that I would say, if you don't have money to donate, or you want to help out the lady, send the money directly, go give Andreen Peart. And if she's doing a GoFundMe page, tell her to identify the lawyers And once you identify the lawyers, and the lawyers can actually come out and give like a public statement and say, all right, we're involved and we're on board, then you can start donating to the GoFundMe page. If you don't want credibility, this is where you need to be. If you don't want covert operation, the cash app is there, readily available. All right, my people, that is how we go to work over here. All right, let's get into the video.
Shanique and them are rap Jayden.
What? Shanique and them are rap Jayden and Dashimwe? Kiss me, neighbor. Oh, him know that. Shanique and them are rap Jayden. You see, when I released this video, I didn't want to be as critical. I wanted to follow up with a critical analysis of what he said. Shanique and them are rap Jayden. Atto or Mato, whatever his name is. How him know that? Was he actually there? Was he an eyewitness to the crime? He must say something about some 17-year-old, which we're gonna play, and you're gonna hear him. So how him know that? Ask himself that question. The only way that he could actually know that Shanique and Demar rap Jayden is if he was there, or if someone was there who told him. And I think somebody who is actually at the crime scene would have reached out to a man on social media and tell him, say, them wrap up Jayden. I don't believe so. Or if the police department actually got a confession from somebody. And if the police department got a confession from someone, you just ask yourself that question. You don't have to be the smartest set of people, you just have to have common sense. So if the police department received that information, or them we would say, they get a confession from somebody there, you can't use hearsay, from the public, me hearsay, no, that is not admissible in court, and that cannot lead to no arrest. You have to have people there who are eyewitness to the crime to say, all right, me see Demar and Shanique I wrap up Jayden. Me see Demar punch Jayden in head, knock him out, kill him, and then if the police have that information, they think they're gonna reach out to Matthew and say, Matthew, go on social media and tell the people them this. And that's how we're going to arrest Demar. No. If them get that information from Demar, if Demar confess, if somebody in the house confessed as being eyewitness to the crime, then the police would arrest Demar in their Jamaica. So Demar would be in police custody. And if Demar ran away, then Demar would be on the most wanted list in Jamaica. You know, follow me, my people? Listen, a lot of people, sometimes 200, 300, 400 people, go in and out of these lives. And I want you guys to have credible information and dissect what these people are saying. Because what they might do, really and truly, they must set up people's life. If you're not dead and you not see it, and you don't have timeline that can isolate one or two people and say, these people have a high probability of being directly involved in the disappearance and murdering of Jayden Smith, then shut your mouth. If you don't have them investigative skill, they stop going on dreams, hunches, and all that nonsense. Shut your mouth. If you know have prayer warriors over there, ask the prayer warriors them to pray fast for us to find Jayden body. Lead us to the body. And stop accusing people if you do not have no confession, or if you do not eyewitness to the crime. Because if you know say Shanique and Demar wrap up Jayden, how you know that? It must be from a confession, or you was dreaming, you had a vision, but that the vision they wrong because you never see it. Let's continue, my people, to break down these innuendos and dangerous accusations.
And the principal is not cooperating with the police. He is talking about to get his lawyer.
Give me a yard boss TV.
And you know, when somebody talk about to get his lawyer, there's something you know, you hide it. That
All right, let's stick a pin right there. So I guess we're saying that, I mean, this information that he would receive that the principal is not cooperating, it could be some from a leak from the police department because he's on the ground, not saying that everything that he's saying is not credible. Okay, we're just dissecting lies and dreams and innuendos and stuff to get views. So as far as like the principal not cooperating, yeah, he could get that information from the police. We say, all right, reach out to the principal and the principal lawyering up. Now, what is wrong with lawyering up? No, a lot of people paint the principal as being involved in the murder and disappearance of Jayden Smith. Based on my investigation, I am an honest fella right here. Based on my investigation, there's nothing that pointed to the principal being right there at the moment that Jayden Smith was unalived. Not saying that he was not there after the fact occurred and assisted in getting rid of the body. I'm not saying that. If he was there and assisted in getting rid of Jayden, then yes, he is guilty as charged. And he would not go down as first-degree murder. He would be an accessory to covering up or getting rid of a corpse. So that would be a lesser charge. All right, my people? So as far as like, I would say this one, I would say it is factual. I'll give that one to him. So the principal lawyer up. And any person in high society, if they believe they actually gave any misleading statements in the beginning, them would lie up. So lying up does not prove any guilt. Lying up don't prove any guilt. If me I talk to a police officer and a police officer give me a speeding ticket and I was not speeding and the police officer is adamant that I was speeding and I am a nervous wreck and I say I can't handle this judicial system on my own, I'm going to get a lawyer. So getting a lawyer does not prove that you're guilty. All right, my people? We're dealing with high-level educated analysis. No, let's keep it moving here.
That principal was there with that girl from that girl and that age, and him get beat with him. Them are, me tell you a long time, so you can't.
Stick up in right here. Him said the principal there with the little girl from underage and him are pitting with him. No, this is a rumor that is floating around. Okay? And in Jamaica, we have something say, if it no go so, something go so. No, the principal is said to be Anne's boss. And Shanique, whenever she go to Jamaica, she always stay at the man's house. Now, the only way to actually prove that any of Shanique's children or kids is actually the principal pitney is how you're going to prove it by one, DNA test or seeing the principal's name on the birth certificate. Not hearsay or hunches. All right, so right there, so it could be factual or it could be untrue. We don't know. That's a gray area right there. Okay, so let's go 50-50 on that one.
I left Jamaica because banana boat top run. Can't left Jamaica, you have stand penalty for your stand charge for you do. Yo, reason why you're out here, reason why you're in your bed tonight, or if they're on gambling table, because them not because the government no getting contact with the 17-year-old boy will leave and go in America. The police know everything. Check in flight, check at the airport, get every information, everything. Straight like how me hold out behind you.
That is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Really and truly, what he just said a while ago about Demar is not based on any eyewitness. You see the last part where him say, the reason why you're not in police custody is because the police them not get a chance to speak to the 17-year-old with fly Ghana foreign. So what that mean is, Demar did not confess to murdering Jayden. Demar did not confess to him and Shanique murdering Jayden and wrapping up Jayden and dashing away Jayden. Because if he did, he would have been arrested. Now, Mato say because the 17-year-old run away from Jamaica and the police them have this and him straighten out him and I say, I am telling the truth. Now, who is this 17-year-old? Me nah said there's a 17-year-old who might not be an eyewitness to the crime. I'm not saying that. But to draw the conclusion that Demar and Shanique, Demar punched Jayden, killed Jayden, and him and Shanique wrap up Jayden. How did Otto know that? Someone confessed to Mato? Mato, did someone confess? Does that make any sense to you, my people? Looking at the case itself, does that make any sense? If someone confessed to that, they would have been in prison. If the person, let's say the person, the 17-year-old, who probably confessed to somebody, then the little boy would have been in jail. What's his name? Would have been in jail. And even if that 17-year-old said something to someone within the community, yeah, that is hearsay, that is second hand. So the police actually can't arrest Demar for that crime. So unless the only way Otto can get that information, if it is that 17-year-old in that community will confess to somebody and then run away from Jamaica. Boy, I don't believe that one either, because that is hearsay. And there's so much false accusations going around on this social media. And there's another thing that the people they must say, wanna stay with me, wanna watch this entire live, because right here over Yard Bossland is wanna get credible, when we say credible information, no made up stuff, no hunches, no dreams, no visions. We're going based on the facts of the case. Now, they're saying that Jayden Smith did not go to school on Friday. That is one of the things with them make up over there on social on TikTok. Jayden Smith did not go to school. Now, there are so many people who said them see Jayden Smith Friday morning going into the taxi and heading to school. There are reports that saying that Jayden Smith gave a little girl his umbrella and he walked into the rain towards the Little Caesar, towards Megamart, because a cousin was coming to pick him up. That is the reason why he was killing so much time. A cousin came to pick him up. Now, let me prove to you, unless we're going to say them two little boys are lying now, unless we're going to say these two little boys. Let's pause this for a second. Unless we're going to say these two little boys are lying. Thank God for Mr. L.A. Lewis. So these two guys right here, they're actually Jayden friends from the community. Okay? Let's listen to what these two guys have to say.
All right, so yeah, madam going. Oh, all right, so they are family. And all right, you know her. So watch her go on. Where say? The same day the town and Jayden take the taxi. No, that means that the uncle tell the truth. Say in take taxi for true. All right, so yeah, one skull boss, yeah, rich. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, so I'm lifting my friend, so I'm going to go down the road. Yeah. Yeah. So from that to know about Jayden.
So now if you listen keenly, because the music in the background, I don't know why L.A. Lewis turned up the music so high. Just listen keenly, okay? Because the one in the Jamaica shirt, it looked like he's more close to Jayden age, okay? So what we are saying now, these two little boys are telling lies. They saw Jayden Smith at the taxi stand going into a taxi on Friday morning going to school. Now, the darkest complexion guy, them say Andrew must erase him. So we say, okay, let's say he kind of biased, but I don't detect any formalize in him. And the other one wouldn't be in cahoots with them because him not in the household. So they are genuinely telling the truth that, okay, we saw Jayden Smith Friday morning going into a taxi. Them not say them see him stand up there, you know. Them say them see him going into a taxi, going to school. So this made up saying, oh, Jayden did not go to school is utter nonsense. And disprove that is dream or vision. Which one will go on? Or actual facts of the case. Let's continue.
So you're the last person from the community to see me.
We go check him out.
What was that?
Them are Jayden person
Yeah.
call me like if we see Jayden, call Jayden.
Them are who?
Jayden.
That are the 15-year-old.
15-year-old.
Scientist.
Or him call and say Jayden to come home. What time call you? Was him call your phone and ask for him? Or catch you and Jayden a friend? Alright, people. So, yeah. So people were there, but big up on yourself now. Any information you got, you just call me. 100,000 phone, yeah?
All right, so these two kids, right, is from the community. And the little one said that Jayden, that Demar, remember earlier, LLOs that even who know who Demar is, that is to show you how early in the investigation this video was made. Nobody not talk about this video, you know. You see, people are not investigating, people are just blabbing and talking. If you don't want investigation, you no subscribe. Or over here, so you no come for investigation. Okay? Over here, so you no come for investigation, my people, because what is going on in social media right now is a bunch of made up stories that can get people murdered in Jamaica. So the little boy said Demar came home and him not see Jayden, and then him call the little boy. Now, if Demar is directly involved in the murder of Jayden Smith, why? Because remember, you know, Demar, Miss Ann, and Mr. T, so them leave the hospital at the night, maybe around 6 o'clock, 6:30. And Demar went home and them not see Jayden. Them start look for Jayden, so him a call. That would be the natural instinct. Call Jayden friend to find out if him see Jayden. Now, if Demar actually murder Jayden, why would Demar call that the friend for ask where Jayden there? A killer wouldn't do that. Based on my experience and professional background, I look at 17-year-old Demar. You think him know how to act like a hardcore murderer? If you say, all right, me call the friend them and see that covering my tracks. He would not do that. Me not think he would do that. Do you believe Demar would have called that the friend there for find out if Jayden come home, yes or no? Wanna answer the question there in the comment section. If he was directly involved in the unaliving of Jayden. All right. So let's get into bread back in this thing from the start. We not accuse nobody. We are say everybody right now is innocent. We're talking about Shanique. Just bear with me, my people. Bear with me, my people. We are say because the allegations, that's why we have to start from scratch. Because the people, them are allegate and them are set up people life. So the people them have to run from the house, them must say right now them in a Montego Bay somewhere. Wanna interact with me in the comment section and wanna like the video and wanna subscribe to the channel. Alright, my people. Let's get into it. Add to the stage right here, so. All right, my people. All right, my people. All right, my people. So they must say no. So how me approach investigation work? But plug in all of the timeline then. Yeah. And if you're in this field of work, you utilize high-level investigative tools and you get results. So here we go. So the rumor that Demar and Shanique harm Jayden. So here, this is the prompt right here. People are speculating that Demar punched Jayden in the head, that Demar and Shanique wrapped Jayden up after killing Jayden. How would we know this without seeing the act firsthand or someone confessing? Is that possible to know without those two factors? Is this version of events made up? Can we know without an eyewitness or confession? And here we go now. Yes, in real investigation, it is sometimes possible to know what likely happened, but only with forensics. If you're not forensics, just shut up your mouth and stop assuming. However, we don't have any forensic facts in the public domain. We only have timelines and public statements. That's all we have. So in this context, the idea that Demar punched Jayden and that Demar and Shanique wrapped up Jayden is pure speculation, my people, unless a witness saw it, or forensics found matching evidence, or someone involved admitted it. And if someone involved admitted it, they would have there right now on remand, arrested and charged for the murder of Jayden Smith. That version of events is not proven. It might be a theory driven by suspicion around Demar not going to school and Shanique shakily arrival time in the island. And it could be driven by emotions and community gossip. People are gossip and make up stories. Them have a vision, them go sleep and them dream, them dreams say them are punch. In this a social media, me tell you, them have so many liars on social media, it's not funny. People will do anything for views and likes, pan this a place here called social media, my people. So, yes, right now, that specific punch and wrap-up scenario is made up in the sense that it is a hypothesis, not a proven fact. Only proper forensic evidence or credible admission could prove it from rumor to something stronger. So what they must spew over there is pure nonsense that in Jamaica jungle justice culture can get people unalive. Let's continue. Who is likely lying or at least inconsistent? So the breakfast story, this is another issue that me hear them talk about now. The breakfast story between Mr. T and Demar. So both Demar and Mr. T said they made breakfast for Jayden. This is not automatically a contradiction. It could mean that Demar cooked some part of the breakfast, maybe eggs or tea, and Mr. T did others, egg for example, a toast. Or one cook while the other serve/supervise, or one is exaggerating to sound more caring. Who would be exaggerating in this case? More than likely it would be Demar. So to say that the two of them are lie, right, sir? No, that is not the reason to say the two of them are lie. So they make breakfast, because two people could be involved in making breakfast. So this detail alone does not clearly show who is lying, only that both wanted to be seen as helpful, caring that morning. Now, let's go to the most critical part of this investigation right here. And should we say the wicked girl Shanique, or should we hold it till we get close towards the end? I'm gonna stay with me, because there's a lot of misinformation going around on social media. And if you don't want credible information, this is where you want to get credible information over here. So on Yard Boss Land, this is nothing to like build up on hopes. We're saying everybody right here, right now, is innocent until proven guilty. And in this right here, we're going to find the possible guilty party or guilty parties. Stay with me. Continue with me. Comment in this live stream. Like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. On my song. All right, let's get into it. Shanique's timeline versus Mr. T's timeline. And then again, my people, really and truly, this is sounding kind of repetitive, but we have to repeat it and we have to break it down back to basics because people are trying to set up people's life and me not like it. Shanique's timeline versus Mr. T's timeline. So Shanique said that she actually landed in Jamaica at 2 p.m. Friday in Montego Bay, reached at the hospital at 7 p.m. on Friday. Mr. T said that he met Shanique at 9:30 a.m. on Friday morning to give her keys, the house key. He saw her again at the hospital around 3:30 p.m. These two versions cannot coexist as a literal truth. If Mr. T is correct about the 9:30 a.m. Friday in the Mandeville area pharmacy, then Shanique must have been in Jamaica before 9 a.m. We're continuing because we know that she was in Jamaica before 9 a.m., which means her "I landed at 2 p.m. Friday" statement is false or deliberately misleading. Remember, we're not accusing Shanique of anything. We're putting on our investigative act based on all the public statements issued by everybody in the family. All right, let's continue. Remember, Thursday version of event, everybody was on the same page. Everybody was on the same page. Who had the motive to lie? The mama of the injured child. Let's continue. Why might Shanique lie about her arrival time in Jamaica or arrival time at the hospital? The common reason people alter timeline would be to distance themselves from the time window when something bad happened. Shanique's version is the one that conflicts with the physical reality of the time and distance. Mr. T could still be wrong about exact clock time, but Mr. T's version of event is least chronological. So Mr. is okay. So what they must say now, Mr. T version of events is at least chronologically possible. So his version of event is possible, while Shanique's version of events combined with the 9 a.m. pharmacy encounter is not. Shanique landing time at 2 p.m. in Jamaica make no sense. It's not possible if Mr. T see her at 9:30 at the pharmacy. So Shanique arrival time is the most suspicious. Remember, we not accuse nobody, we just investigate. All right. So based on these statements alone, who might have the motive to harm Jayden? Who know listen to me? Are we in class today? Who know listen to me? Listen, we cannot continue to accuse people wrongly without having everything in front of you, the evidence, the speeches, and the timeline, because we have a jungle justice environment in Jamaica. Mr. T a run, Miss Anna run, everybody a run, and everybody a hide. If them catch Mr. T and go analyze Mr. T, and Mr. T is not directly involved in covering up anything in Jayden Smith, like, why? Why be so cruel? Because the man might look like him evil. You can't go based on if somebody look like them evil. Come on now, man. Because if Mr. T never come out and want me more, the whole of who believe say Jayden run away. When you just put on a thinking cap, man, if Mr. T did not come out and say When Shanique actually arriving on the island, everybody would have believed, say, Shanique runway. And the police, them would be like, okay, what's the sense of investigating even more? But because Mr. T come out and open him out, and we're going to find out if Mr. T is actually telling the truth. That is the reason why we know, say, Shanique is a bold-faced liar. And even this analysis right here, high-level educated analysis, what professionals all over the world use, find out, say, Shanique is the one with the motive, and Shanique is the one that possibly murder Jayden because the little boy broke in femur bone. We not accuse her. We just look on the evidence. Let's keep it moving. So based on these statements alone, who might have the motive to harm Jayden? What do we know that could create tension? So the 2-year-old broke his leg. They were playing the toddler jump, Jayden move. Can't answer the call, you know. Can't answer this call, you know. I have to answer this call later. So, all right. So the 2-year-old broke his leg. So they were playing the toddler jump, Jayden move, and the toddler falls and can't move. The ma is the one who saw it and repeated the story. And Mr. T and Shanique are the adults connected to the injured child. The second point here now, the overnight hospital stay. So the accident Thursday evening happened, they must say around 6:30. So let's give that to them. Around 7 a.m. Friday, they confirm the leg is broken. Jayden, Demar, and Mr. T go home early Friday morning. Them say around maybe like 1:30. School and Friday movement. Demar does not go to school. Now, this is going to prove to be critical in this investigation. Mr. T said he dropped Jayden. He said he dropped Jayden at the taxi stand, then returned Demar to the hospital. Jayden later ended up reported missing around 7 p.m. on Friday. Let's take a look at Shanique. Shanique inconsistent travel story. Shanique has a potential reason to feel guilty, anger, or stress over her child being hurt while in someone else's care. Hungry, head no good, head chip out. Shanique's timeline doesn't fit reality. Me just say a while ago, whatever Shanique come out and tell we, our timeline does not fit what? Reality. It suggests she might be trying to distance herself from certain hours of the day. Remember, we not accuse the wicked girl. We're looking at the statements and the timeline. And if Mr. T never opened him out, what me say? We wouldn't be talking about Jayden Smith. Jayden Smith would have been just another missing person who go by the wayside and we say, him run where? Yeah. Trust me upon that one day. All right, so possible motive. Let's take a look. We're looking at all of them to see possible motives. All right. So Demar is directly involved in the aftermath. He saw the incident and reported and repeated the story. He stayed out of school Friday, abnormal behavior, but Mr. T said him drop him off at the hospital to actually relieve the auntie. But still, it could be seen as abnormal behavior. And by him not going to school on Friday, that made him available to be involved with the murder of Jayden Smith because he was not in school on Friday. All right? So if Demar or others in the household secretly blame Jayden for the toddler's leg, there could be resentment or anger that could in theory create a motive to confront or punish Jayden. Me nah make it up. We analyze professionally. Shanique now, the injured child is her child. She's the mama of the pitney. She might feel rage or blame. I have to turn off this aphonia because this aphonia right now is actually disturbing me. Let me turn off the phone and get right back into this investigation here. And then let's start over with Shanique. So Shanique, the injured child is her child. She might feel rage or blame towards whoever she thinks is responsible. Her dishonest looking travel timeline could indicate she doesn't want her true movement scrutinized. It makes her behavior highly suspicious. So Shanique, we not make up nothing for you. And you come light away. And you are the one with the motive. And see the investigation here pointing towards you as the main culprit. Now let's continue. Mr. T and Miss Ann, they are the ones who actually handled the emergency, took the child to the hospital, cooked breakfast, and transported the kids. They seem more like caretakers trying to cope. This is less obvious emotional motive described for them to want to hurt Jayden. So what they must say now is Miss Ann and Mr. T, them not really have no motive to hurt Jayden. Some of them must say Miss Ann is a old wicked. But based on the analysis, I don't believe that Miss Ann was directly involved in murdering Jayden unless we have a confession. And I don't believe that Mr. T was directly involved in murdering Jayden or covering his body, wrap him up and transporting and disposing of his body. And I don't think those who are involved in the murdering of Jayden would have enlightened Mr. Ann and Mr. T of their murderous activities. They would have keep them in the dark. I want to say, remember, we don't have no forensic evidence in the public domain, and we can't go based on hunches and innuendos. Those are not admissible in the court of law. So if you don't know something of your fact, if you don't have confession, if you wasn't eyewitness to the case, stop accuse the people them because jungle justice can unalive them in a Jamaica. On my son, fear and balance is what we do over here in the yard boss land. We're not doing this for views, likes, social media clouds. When we say, we don't make we name already. When we say, we don't make we already. We post videos on TikTok. My biggest view on TikTok, 1.5 million views, hundreds of thousands of views. I have maybe 300 videos with over 100,000 views on TikTok. If I want a lot of views on YouTube right here, so me would not be Jayden Smith case. I would be in the entertainment zone talking about the massacre and the Tommy Lee clash and get me 30,000 views and my 50,000 views by analyzing, reacting to music videos, reacting to this and reacting to that, and make way more views and thousands of dollars. But in social media world, I have to be truthful to who I am. And coming over here on YouTube, my approach right here on this channel right here, not saying that I won't create additional channels on YouTube, because you can have multiple channels on YouTube. But on this specific channel right here, my heart is saying I should fight for justice for the less fortunate in society. That is why me the right so pan this yard boss channel ya over ya so pan YouTube. Yes, that's how me there. And we're gonna see this through until somebody is arrested and charged for the murder of this future politician, this future doctor, this future lawyer, this future Prime Minister by the name of Jayden Smith. This anemia will not be forgotten. And I know, and I have enough faith, that the police department in Jamaica will do their job and arrest somebody for the murder of Jayden Smith. I have the confidence that this will happen. And we need to support them. Keep the pressure on, but support them in their investigation. Yes. And for those of you on TikTok, want to do the right thing and stop accusing people falsely. If you don't come pan TikTok every day within a live stream, positive energy. Pray for Jayden mother. If you don't want to raise money for the mother. Point her in the right direction. Let her get a lawyer down there in Jamaica. If them finds the police them a take too long, make sure sue the family for neglect of her child. Because she alone can do that. If you don't really want justice and want to feel say the police department them are drag them feet, do that. Do that for the lady. Do that for justice for Jayden Smith. And we will see how fast things move. Once the evidence start come out in a court, in the civil suit, we will see how things start move fast. As me say, covert operation. If you don't want it to happen, you click on my page and you send something to the cash app there. Covert, but I will not be doing any GoFundMe in this case here. If you know I donate directly to the PayPal there, to the cash app there. All right. So the clearest emotional fiction is between whoever is blamed for the toddler's broken leg, Jayden, and Demar, who was there and might feel involved, and Shanique, the toddler's mother, who might be angry. Let's go over that again. So the clearest emotional friction. So we are X out Miss Anna and we are X out Miss T out of this equation, yeah. And we are say the two people them who might be involved in the murder and the disappearance of Jayden Smith would be Demar and Shanique. Demar, who was there and might feel involved. Was it Demar that the little boy was jumping off and him blame Jayden for the fall? Me no know. Me never did it. And then Shanique now, she is the toddler's mother. Who might be angry? No, that they had the chip out, gone, head, no good. So the two of them is our two main prime suspect. Are we investigating or what? We're not telling any lies over here. High level. Higher level. All right. So that means if we're talking only in terms of who might have a motive, the strongest potential motive points towards Demar, resentment, involvement, change behavior on Friday. Him never go to school. And then Shanique now, mother of injured child, plus suspicious timeline. Lie when she actually flying to Jamaica. So let's go over the timeline them now. Over the timeline we are going. Stay with me. Because right just so, we're actually solving the case without forensic analysis. Because Jayden gone. Jayden not coming back. Smaddy murder him. Smaddy dash him away. Or Smaddy burn him. Yes. Timeline. Thursday, September 25th. Between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Jayden plus the 2-year-old cousin was playing inside the house. The toddler jumped off of the couch. Jayden stepped aside. Toddler fall, can't move. Demar witnessed the fall and repeats the description. Unalerted, takes toddler to her room, panics, call for help. Mr. T was cooking in the kitchen and he heard the call. 6 o'clock to 6:30 and tells everyone to get ready, go to the hospital. Also leave from Mandeville Hospital around 6:30, could be earlier. Shanique notified while family en route to the hospital. Shanique is still in America at this time. 7 p.m. to 1 p.m. Household remained 1:30. Household was still at the hospital. Friday, Demar, Jayden, and Mr. T returned home from the hospital to rest because Jayden had to go to school the next morning. Shanique did say she fly in at 2 p.m. But we're going to scratch that off and say you are liar, girl. You fly in a Jamaica on that overnight flight from JFK. So Shanique flight landed in Kingston around 2 p.m. This is a new fact because we cross out our 2 p.m. timeline arrival. So now this creates a new conflict because Shanique previously claimed she didn't arrive until 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. at the hospital. Let's continue. 7 a.m. diagnosis confirmed that the toddler's leg is broken. Shanique learned by phone, if not yet at the hospital. Let me repeat that again. She landed in Jamaica at 2 p.m., 2 a.m. Friday morning. 7 a.m. in the morning. Them find out say the little boy broke his foot. The diagnosis confirmed that the toddler broke his foot. Them either call Shanique and tell Shanique say the little boy broke his foot, or the wicked girl was already at the hospital talking to the doctors about the little boy broke his foot. Still in the 7 a.m., Jayden, Demar, Mr. T asleep and resting, but more than likely they were en route to the taxi station. Morning hours, 7 a.m. Demar and Mr. T say they made breakfast for Jayden. Demar does not attend school. Mr. T claims that he dropped Jayden off at the taxi stand and returned Demar to the hospital afterwards. 9:30 a.m. Mr. T claims he met Shanique at a pharmacy to give her keys to the house up at Spur Tree Hill. Direct contradiction with Shanique's previous statement, but now consistent with a 2 a.m. landing. So, by Mr. T saying that he met Shanique at 9:30 a.m. and Shanique did say she landed in Jamaica at 2 p.m., that sighting at 9:30 a.m. would not be possible. But because now we know that she did arrive in Jamaica around 2 a.m., we can say this right here, it is plausible that she would be able to meet Mr. T at 9:30 a.m. At 3:30, Mr. T claims he sees Shanique at the hospital entering. This now aligns better since Shanique arrived at 2 a.m. rather than in the afternoon at 2 p.m. When you hear me just say a while ago, when Mr. T said him see her at 3:30, we know say the wicked girl landed at 2 a.m. No, this is possible to see the wicked girl at 3:30 p.m. Now we start infusing, say, the wicked girl, because we catch the wicked girl in our lie. Who we catch in our lie? The wicked girl. We not catch them all in a lie, you know. We not catch them all in a no lie. Only hear me just say a while ago. Based on public statements and the analysis, we not catch them all in a no lie. But Demar could be involved. Even if he did not lie, he could be involved in the murder of Jayden Smith. And if the wicked girl Shanique did actually tell the truth, there's a high probability that she would not be under so much public scrutiny if her timeline matched with Mr. T's timeline. More than likely, the people, them would have still have them yai panarin, but them would have said, she had the motive, but it's still possible that they could go a runway because everybody timeline is in sync. But because she thinks that she's smarter than we, because she thinks that she's this big nurse, she gonna say, me can tell the little idiot people them say, me fly into Montego Bay at 2 p.m. and me never reach at the hospital until 7 p.m. But that is the peanut brain coming to the forefront. Never knowing say, the angel Mr. T would have come out and mash up our dolly house. Why are we accusing Mr. T? When is Mr. T make we have an active investigation going right now? The only reason or the only way one can accuse Mr. T, is if you see Mr. T involved in wrapping up Jayden and throwing him away. Apart from that, do not set up Mr. T life. And do not set up Ann life. Because Mr. T and Miss Ann was not directly involved in the murder of Jayden Smith. Miss Ann is just unfortunate that she is the mother of the wicked girl, Shanique. And she could be protecting the wicked girl, Shanique. You think the wicked girl, Shanique, could have confessed to the mother what she do? No, sir. That the wicked? No. But do they have an inkling? Say the wicked girl dash her Jayden? Of course. And even if them go down to the police department and them say them believe, say, Shanique murdered Jayden, that is not admissible in the court of law. If Shanique actually confessed to them about what happened, they would have to go down there and take them notes. And where they would have want to know, say, Shanique, where you put Jayden body? Because even if Shanique confessed to them and them go down to the police department, and say Shanique confess and the police them take the statement, that is just a statement. If them get her up on recording, getting her on recording, confessing, then them can arrest the wicked girl. But if she just talking to them and say, say, me thump him, kill him, or me inject him, kill him, and then them go bring that same information there to the police, I say, Shanique, tell me, say, she thump him, kill him. That is a witness to a confession. That is strong to a certain extent. But if them catch the wicked girl on recording, record the wicked girl and give the confession, more powerful. More powerful. I record the wicked girl saying, what should do with Jayden? And then we can go find Jayden bones. That is powerful. Let's continue. So at 3:30, them say, Jayden seen on CCTV at Little Caesar. Confirms Jayden is alive, mobile, and in public spaces. So that means he was alive at 3 p.m. on Friday. At 4:30 p.m., Jayden seen again on CCTV at Mega Mart. Confirm Jayden still alive hours later. So remember, Miss Ann actually went to Little Caesar and Mega Mart with a detective, the previous detective on the case, and they reviewed the footage. 7 p.m., Jayden reported missing. Shanique earlier claimed she did not arrive at the hospital until 7 p.m. Conflicts with Mr. T 3:30 p.m. account. So we know say Shanique was in the area when Jayden left school, and Jayden tell him friend him at school say Shanique was coming to pick him up, or a cousin was coming to pick him up. Him foreign cousin was coming to pick him up. Which foreign cousin? Shanique, the foreign cousin. Wanna stay with me? Wanna watch this entire life? Foreplay scenario, 4:30 to 7 p.m. That is the window that Jayden was picked up, murdered, and disposed of. Who had the motive? The mama. The picnic mama. All right. Jayden is last confirmed alive at Megamart at 4:30 p.m. By 7 p.m., Jayden is reported missing. Somewhere in that 2.5 hour window, something happened to Jayden involving one or more of the household members, no strangers, the household members or the mother of the child. All right. Motive. Based on earlier events, Jayden was linked to the fall that led to the 2-year-old's broken leg. Shanique, the mother, is in Jamaica unexpectedly early at 2 p.m. because she heard the news and she dashed to connect to that the flight there in a New York City to reach Jamaica on time. The wicked girl did say she just want to pick up the little boy at the airport and run away. A lie she had tell. Lie she had tell. And she said she actually left Jamaica the following Wednesday. We don't believe that one day either. It could be that as soon as she murdered Jayden, she get the next flight out. It could be that. She murdered Jayden upon the Friday, and she could have fly out upon the Saturday. You know hear what me I say? You not hear what me I say? Shanique said she leave Jamaica the following Wednesday, but Shanique could be lying. She lied about her arrival. So who said that she wouldn't lie about her fly out? If she murdered him and she panic, she said, no, sir, next flight out. Friday she come in, do the murdering, baby, get a little bit better, baby, discharge from the hospital, maybe at some point on Saturday, gone, out of Jamaica, the Saturday or the Sunday. That is possible. But let's continue. Demar did not go to school. Is that a red flag? Not necessarily a red flag, because if Shanique was not at the hospital that early, then if Mr. T wake them up at about 6 o'clock and drop off Jayden at the taxi and bring Demar to the hospital, because the little boy was in the hand of Anne. So Demar, it would make sense that Demar would actually be the one to relieve the mother if the mother want to go to the bathroom. That makes sense. So that no means that is a red flag. The conflicting breakfast, who was weird statement, that not really count. Yeah, contradictions in Shanique's timeline earlier, yeah, that's a major red flag. So the motive possibilities here, we're talking about retaliation, discipline. That's what Shanique would want to do to Jayden. Yeah. Redirection of blame, stress, rage, reaction, covering up to avoid police involvement. All of that would be falling right on who? The one with the motive, Shanique. So the opportunity window, we're talking about when Shanique had the time to actually murder Jayden. The opportunity window would be between 4:30 and I would say 4:30 and 5. 4:30 and 5. or let's give it a little extra half an hour, 4:30 and 5:30. So between 4:30 and 5 p.m., Jayden exited the Mega Mart. Someone in the household met Jayden or followed Jayden or intercepts Jayden being at the back of the Mega Mart. Remember, him did say him a go meet him cousin from foreign to come pick him up. Possible actors. As we go along, we're going to see right here. So in this section here, Miss Anne is out of it, you know. So possible actors where say Demar was with them earlier, did not attend school, so he was free, mobile, possible. Mr. T transported Jayden that morning, but Mr. T was doing his thing at school, so we can X out Mr. T right there. So Shanique arrival in Jamaica early, close emotional trigger, so she had the motive. No, no, look come here and say, let's read fear one again. Shanique arrived in Jamaica early, close emotional trigger, so she is the prime suspect, my people. Someone else working with them. Me not believe that one day. Someone is working with them. Shanique. So the possible method is to offer him a ride home. Claim family member needs help. Confront or argue about the fall, the broken leg situation. Him knows somebody did come pick him up. Shanique was coming to come pick him up. Yes. Big red flag. This is when the last verified sighting occurred. Shanique, the wicked girl. You notice we didn't accuse anybody. We did not accuse anyone. What did we do? We break down the timeline based on all of the public statement from everybody in the case. Family and non-family. In the beginning, we saw those two little boys who go to Manchester High School. Them say point blank, they saw Jayden Smith at the taxi stand early Friday morning going into a taxi on his way to school. And it's possible that one of those two kids that we saw earlier went into the same taxi as Jayden Smith. L.A. Lewis also did an interview with some other kids that said that they didn't see Jayden in school, but those kids look much older than Jayden. Those kids look like they were in other farms. So if you're not there in a Jayden farm, you're not going to see Jayden in a school. So as far as like Jayden not being in school, would have given one there a wrong bang. Jayden was in school, and based on like all of the timeline, and with the police, them would be able, the only thing that can refute anything that was just covered in this live stream or in this video is hardcore forensic evidence from the police. And I can bet with a high probability that what we just covered would be the timeline that the police department would have. We're not judging anyone. We're not accusing anyone of anything. But the end result pointed to the person with the motive. And who is the person with the motive? Shanique. And it's also possible that she got help from Demar. But I can't, in good conscience, place Demar at the crime scene without a confession and video evidence. I cannot do that. If the video evidence, the surveillance coming from the hospital showed Demar, this is a critical timeline right here. If the video evidence showed Demar and Shanique and anybody else leaving the hospital after that 3 p.m. sighting with Mr. T when him see Shanika coming at the hospital, if the two of them left the hospital at that same time, going out, and then come back into the hospital at the same time to relieve Mr. T and Miss Han, and then Mr. T, Miss Ann, and Demar leave the hospital and go home, then and there, you can say Demar is directly involved in the murdering of Jayden Smith. If you don't have that evidence there, Demar is not directly involved in the murder of Jayden Smith. But I guarantee you that you would see Shanique leaving the hospital after 3:30 and coming back to relieve Miss Ann and Mr. T. If she was still in the hospital, probably should pay somebody if you get rid of him. Pay somebody if you go snatch him up and get rid of him. But I don't think so. Because that the head there, cheap out. And may I tell you, my people, Shanique come across so soft-spoken, so innocent. Yeah, so soft-spoken, so innocent. But she did a horrible act. A horrible, horrible act. Until next time, my people, walk good. This is Yard Boss. I'm out. Walk good, my people. Walk good. Walk good.